When selecting the PTO, always ensure that the PTO is disengaged and pull the button and select appropriately either the 1000, the 540E or the standard 540 for whatever configuration is required for the piece of equipment that you're using.
Before descending or ascending, select the lowest possible gear. A reasonable amount of load is required on the front for safe steering and traction. The supplier will adjust ballast to achieve the correct amount of slippage and maximum tractor efficiency for the intended purpose.
If you have a piece of heavy equipment on the back of the tractor, then you must make sure that you maintain your load as low to the ground as practicable so that you can maintain that centre of gravity low to the ground. Same thing applies if you have a load at the front of the tractor, and always travel at a safe speed.
Observe no-go zone guidelines for power lines. Electrocution can occur as a result of power arcing for meters from the source to the farm implement.
When hitching three-point linkage equipment that's operated by the power takeoff, at some time you need to remove the drawbar so that it doesn't impinge on the drive shaft when you're raising and lowering the slasher or the mower or whatever piece of equipment that you might be using. Before you back into a piece of equipment that's going to be hitched to the three-point linkage, it's best to prepare the stabilisers by removing the pins to give you some flexibility when hitching to the balls of the attachment and then reversing back into the implement. With a quick hitch variation, you have the balls attached to the lifting arms of the implement that lock into the link ends of the three-point linkage. Using the controller on the side of the tractor, lift the three-point linkage to engage the balls into the lift arms so that the balls are seated right into the linkage, then activate the locking clips. On most tractors, turn the engine off to allow some free movement of the power takeoff shaft at the back of the tractor to rotate it to attach the power takeoff shaft on the implement. You need to make sure that the power takeoff shaft telescopes freely, that the power takeoff shaft cover is in good condition with no damage. Safety chains are fitted and attached so that they stop the power cover from rotating the power takeoff shaft. You must also make sure that the locking mechanism is in good condition, that there is no serious damage to the spline in the power takeoff shaft. You must also make sure that the power takeoff shaft on the rear of the tractor is not damaged or has any burrs. We attach the power takeoff shaft by holding it in one hand, slowly rotating it until it engages the other parts of the spline, pushing the locking mechanism in, and then pushing forward until it locks into position. Replace your master shield, lock it into position, and attach the safety chain so that that shaft cannot rotate with the shaft. You need to make sure that when the attachment is fitted to the tractor that you have sufficient telescoping inside the shaft, a minimum of 100 millimetres. Once we've attached the power takeoff shaft, we attach the top link, remembering that we only adjust the top link from the centre adjustment. Engage top link, lock the adjustment into position. Using the mudguard controllers, we raise the implement. Once it's clear of the ground, then we position our stabilisers to a transport position. Once we have the stabilisers locked into a transport position, as you can see, it minimises the amount of sway that the implement has on the back of the tractor. Once we get to our place where we're going to operate the machine, just have it just clear of the ground, fix our stabilisers so that they're going to be in a working position, so that we have a amount of flexibility so that the machine if it encounters any rocks or stumps in the ground, that it can move around them. It can have a bit of freedom to move over them. We need to level the machine so that when it's raising and lowering, it's raising correctly. So that the implement raises up evenly. Always make sure you lower any raised equipment before dismounting from the tractor.
Counterweights redistributes the load across axles. Attaching a mower can act as a temporary counterweight for a front-end loader. Disengage front wheel assist when using a front-end loader with pushing characteristics. When load shifting and slinging, the lifting lug must be approved or pins rated.
When using an agricultural front-end loader to sling loads, always use the appropriate slinging equipment that has been certified and rated. This front-end loader has a certified load rating at the pins.
Only use rated lifting components and only attach to identified designed and rate lifting points. The rated capacity of the front-end loader includes the weight of the attachment itself plus the load.
Before we operate under any raised hydraulic equipment, if we're doing any maintenance or servicing, we need to attach the lockout mechanism on the hydraulic ram of the loader and the lockout mechanism on the joystick controller inside the cabin.
Cleaning on location will prevent the spread of weeds.
Before you operate a tractor for the first time, ensure that you read and understand the operator's manual. It contains all of the information that you need to drive the tractor in a safe and appropriate manner. It also contains all of the relevant information that you require with service intervals and load ratings for the tractor. Good maintenance records are essential for the safe operation of tractors. It is also very beneficial for you when it comes to resale of the equipment. At the end of the day, when you're finished using the tractor, always ensure that you remove the ignition key to prevent any unauthorised use.